But I'll go next because it is very funny, Pat, that you asked that Midnight Club should get recreated because that is my choice for today's game that defined me.
Look at all these cards.
Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition.
I mess with this.
This is by far one of the biggest games that defined me because it was during a era that was so influential in Texas. The big dubs. Everything had to be on dubs.
Hey, shout out to Texas, H-Town.
Is that where you from?
You're from Houston too? Oh, that's dope. Shout out to the H-Town crew in the building.
Port Arthur, Texas in the building. See?
Hey,
this was it though. Like everybody played this. Even dudes that really didn't even play video games would come sit down and play just to trick their cars out. Because you had like the Chrysler 300 on there. You had the Cadillac Escalade. Then you also had the racing cars and stuff too. But just like how Pat said, this had missions and stuff that you had to go peep to as well. But then it had like the nitrous thrown into it. The customization was cool. And just like how Khleo said, the soundtrack on Need for Speed was great. But on Dub Edition, this was us. This was all us right here. This was like Def Jam Vendetta, but for racing. I don't know why, but I just feel like all of those are in one big collective.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's pretty much what the connection was, man. Like it's a big game. I remember playing the first Midnight Club a lot. Yeah. I never really got to the third one. But as you see, my man literally is hitting. You see what he's doing?
Are those hydraulics that are causing him to do that?
Yep. These are features you could have in your car and stuff like this. Like every that you can add.
So you have the Go-Go Gadget car in this game, but it's called Dub Edition.
Low-key, they got the Grand Theft Auto map too.
Well, I mean, it was Rockstar. Rockstar didn't make this.
A bootleg of the Grand Theft Auto.
That's why that was a good point. Like Grand Theft Auto made it so that games like this is kind of hard to go back to because this is Grand Theft Auto, but you can't get out of your car. It's like claustrophobic Grand Theft Auto.
You're like, who's in there? Just get out real quick. Let me see you.
Shout out to Dub Edition, man. I would have pictured you would have customized like some old school with like the big ass rims that poke out.
I mean, everything had
neon trunk lights that say like Texas shit.
I definitely had the Cadillac Escalade on ridiculous gold dubs.
The Escalade was so popular. The Escalade was not tight. But
it was not a great car, but it was a Cadillac. That's what it was. It was just Cadillac had never really made an SUV. So you were just like, Cadillac got an Escalade, and this guy can't drive.
It's cool that no, not at all. It's cool that
it's a Cadillac and it's on some type wheels. You have nothing to worry about.
That was it. You'd be like, good. Like, it don't even gotta really run right. But you'd be like, yo,
right, for real. Like, you could have just took it off the bricks and put it on some dubs, and you'd be straight.
And he'd be a-okay.
It's dope that Rockstar like got the whole racing part of gaming down first. You know what I mean? Because this is like, the more I look at it, it's like, damn, this is Grand Theft Auto, and they just sort of added that second element to it. But it's it's kind of cool to see how people find their niche, because this is a very clear building block up to Grand Theft Auto. I don't know, when did Grand Theft Auto 3 come out compared to?
I think this was out around the same time. To be honest, I think Grand Theft Auto 3 dropped already.
Yeah, I would think so too. I mean, this is the third one, obviously, and all three of them came out for the PS2.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So all three of them came out on the PS2. I played the first one a lot. I didn't.
That Los Angeles?
It said San Diego.
Is it the port, huh? My thing about this is like, yo, Dub Magazine was such a huge thing for car enthusiasts. Like, there was the Dub Car Show. I don't know why. I think when I hear Dub, I immediately think Funk Master Flex. Like, he found a way to kind of even tag his name along to Dub for some reason. I don't know why, but I think about
how.
I don't know why. I think it's the marketing that was going on during that time. Like, I always think of Funk Master Flex when I hear the word Dub, and I think of Dub Magazine. So the fact that they made it all the way to a video game franchise where they could sponsor in a set, I wouldn't even consider that a sponsorship. Like, no, this is their game. It's Midnight Run, but this is the Dub Edition game.
Yeah,
I think that's fire, bro. I don't know who was in charge of that. Is that the Cadillac S?
Bro, it was
That's a
so bro,
CTSV.
there was so many fire cars in there because you had to earn money through missions to buy cars.
That shit
Yeah,
hard,
that was
bro.
CTS.
Maximize 'em.
How come they couldn't bring those? Like, oh, I mean, it really don't matter for Grand Theft Auto. You get in a car, we all know what those cars look like, but it would have been cool to really have that car in Grand Theft.
There is that car. There's a car like that now.
Yeah, but it's not
It looks
called
like
the
it.
Cadillac. Dang.
Well, of course you can't call it Cadillac.
They could. They called it the Cadillac. And
They
they
called
But
it
again, I mean, that's licensing though, man. You gotta remember how much Grand Theft Auto got to license stuff out to do things.
Rockstar got money. They got it.
Man,
They got it like that.
Rockstar did it right, bro. They created all their own stuff, man. That's how you do it. They own stations, they own cars. Like, we know what they getting it from, but like, yo, you can't tell me there's some cars in there you wouldn't low key want to see be brought into real life.
No, you're right. You're right. And we know they literally just took the make and the model of certain cars, just didn't give it the name. Like, you could definitely see a Lambo, you could see a Ford Explorer, you see all that, but that would have been cool to have it, man. But you pulled a great one today, bro. Can't lie. Midnight Club Dub Edition is a classic, I'm sure, for many out there.